The final game before the All-Star break has come to a close. And it was ugly. For Bruins fans, they must have loved it. And they showed the Leafs, they showed the NHL, whatever you want to say, that they are clearly the best team in hockey. Well, you could argue Carolina, I get it, but literally I think the Boston Bruins are, and there's no doubt about it. And it pains me as a Leaf fan to say that, but it's true. And you witnessed it tonight. They didn't get the production from Pasternak, Marchand, Bergeron, Krejci, Taylor Hall, Charlie Coyle, McAvoy, whatever. They didn't get anything. Actually, they might have had a couple points. I don't know. Let me check that real quick before I get yelled at. McAvoy had 1 assist, Pasternak 1 assist, Krejci 1 assist, and did Marchand have an assist in there somewhere? Nope, he didn't have a point. Bergeron didn't have a point. Taylor Hall didn't have a point. All just 1 assist, 1 assist, 1 assist. And they beat the Leafs 5-2 at Scotiabank Arena. With the loss, the Leafs now dropped to 31-13-8. And they head into the All-Star break on a pretty damn bad note. Samsonov wasn't great. The D-Corps wasn't great. Special teams, you allowed a shorthanded goal to Derek Forbort. And the question mark's still arising. I'm hoping that this game, you see these games against the Capitals where you win like 4-5-1 and you feel pretty good and you're like, oh, the team's great. But then you get the wake-up call of 5-2 loss to the Bruins, and maybe that gives Kyle Dubas a, we need help. Because you know damn well, I understand people can say, well, just get out of the first round. Listen, this team is in that window of winning a cup. I get it. The jokes are flying. I understand that. But the goal is not to win a round. The goal is to win a cup. And can this Leaf team, as constructed, win a cup? God, no. And you're gonna have to go through Tampa. You're gonna have to go through Boston to do so. And if tonight was any indication on where these teams are at, yeah, it's painful. Now, yes, the Leafs didn't have Austin Matthews, and I don't care though. Like, yeah, he's a big part of the team. He's your top guy. He was a Hart Trophy winner last year. He's a 60-goal guy. He's your main goal scorer. I get it, sure. But man, this was painful. And it's the mental lapses that are the issue. Those are the ones that I have the problem with. Nothing happens in the first period, at least goal-wise. There was chances aplenty. Both goalies stood tall. 14-13 in shots in favor of the Leafs. Did 0-0. And in the second, like 5 minutes in or so maybe a little bit more than that, Leafs get a power play. And we're like, all right, can we take the lead on this? They get an odd man rush. Don't score on it. Puck goes to the half boards. 2 Leafs go to the guy with the puck, and I'm like, what's going on here? As the guy with the puck centers it to Derek Forbort, who's walking right in, and he beats Samsonov underneath the arm. First off, what the hell was that? Coverage-wise, I'm not sure why Derek Forbort is allowed to walk right in like that. Secondly, Samsonov. You watch the replay, and he's going up looking like this thing's going to be some right on the crossbar. He's going to try and roof it. And right as he dies, right under the arm. What the hell? Samson, did you guess? Or did you react? It looked like a big guess from Ilya Samsonov on that shot from Derek Forbort. And the Bruins are up 1-0. Under 3 minutes after that, the Leafs get another power play. Okay, Samsonov fires the puck up the ice, finds Mitch Marner. Here he comes in. John Tavares backs the D off. Marner fires it, low blocker, boom, scores. We're tied at 1. Beautiful stuff. Marner from Samsonov to Riley at 9:25 of the second period. We're tied at 1. Beautiful stuff. Just over 3 minutes after that, though, the Leafs, Simmons, Holmberg, Aston-Reese, Liljegren, Sandin are the 5 guys on the ice. They have an opportunity to get off the ice. They're at the end of the shift. They've been around a minute. They got to get off the damn ice. Bruins in their own end, looking to kind of set everything up. They're not forcing any play. Meanwhile, all 5 guys Don't go for a change. Bruins then enter the zone. They get the zone time, and the Leafs look exhausted in their own end. It doesn't take very long, and Brendan Carlo with a little foo-foo shot there on the short side. Samsonov, I don't really know what kind of save that was, or at least attempted to stop. I don't know if he was thinking he was going to go back door, go for another pass, or if he thought he was going to roof it. I don't know what he was thinking there, but it beats him softly, and the Leafs now trail 2-1. Because your fourth line gets hemmed in, because they decided not to go for a line. They had the time, or at least some of the forwards had time to get off the ice. Simmons was standing at the flipping middle red line, center ice, whatever you want to call it, and chose to just stand there and try and get your stick in the way. No, get off the damn ice! Does not, and they end up scoring, and you're losing 2-1. Shots on goal were 9-8 in favor of the Leafs in the period, but who cares? You're down 2-1 after 2 periods of play, but it's only 1 goal. It's okay. Just over 2 minutes into the period, AJ Greer scores, fires a far side cheese on Samsonov, and we're down 3-1. But then, right, 6 minutes after that, Gio tries to fire the puck across the ice, cross seam to Yarncroc, or to somebody, and he gets knocked down by Connor Clifton, and before he can get an actual possession on the puck, Yarncroc fires it in the back of the net, and it goes off the shoulder of Allmark and in. And hey, the Leafs are within 1, right? Gio and Hall grab assists. Bunting's burying a guy in behind the net. They get coincidental minors. It's 4-on-4. All right, we're all good to go. 30 seconds after that, Pavel Zacha scores. Makes a move. TJ Brody falls to the ice. Walks right in. He's at the top of the circles. And he goes bar down on Samsonov. Samsonov, I mean, you saw his reaction after that goal. That should not be going in, guys. From that spot, with no screen, like the Derek Forbort one, these ones should not be going in. Let's be honest here. Zacha probably didn't really want to shoot it from there. Who does? And it goes bar down, and Samsonov's yelling some sort of explicit stuff and probably Russian. And their 2-goal lead is restored. It's now 4-2. Then Zacha scores at 12-19 to make it 5-2. I wasn't watching anymore at that point, and it was over. You know what's crazy? All year long, it seems that every time the Leafs score, shout out to my dad for this, because I think that, he says it all the time, and I try not to put it in my head, because I'm like, no, positive stuff for the Leafs, even though it's very not easy to be positive with this damn team. There's a problem. Giving up these goals right after you score one. Every time they score a goal and it gets more than 5 minutes, I'm like, okay, we're good. Any less than that, I'm on the edge of my seat like, okay, is it going to happen here? Are they going to allow another one? Are they going to break my back here? Because you think the Leafs fans are jacked up, right? Marner scores on the power play to tie the game. We're all fired up. You want to know the combined time between the Marner and Carlo goal and the Yarncroc and Zacha goal? 3 minutes and 38 seconds combined. How are you supposed to build any sort of momentum when you're allowing goals right after you score one? You can't. You just can't. Whether it was Samsonov letting in a tough goal, whether it was the defense breaking down and just not looking good, or bad line changes, it was not a pretty night. Because the goals were going in were not fun. You want to know how many goals the 3 goal scorers have to start the game? Derek Forbort, 4. AJ Greer, 5. Okay, well, he was the 3rd goal scorer. But Brendan Carlo has 2. And there's a reason that, you saw that shot he took. There's a reason he only has 2 goals. You want to know who has more than all of those guys combined? Kelly Yarncroc. Yeah. And those are the 3 goal scorers in this game. Zacha has 10 and 11 in this game. Mitch Marner has 19. Kelly Yarncroc has more than Pavel Zacha, and he got 2 tonight. He double dipped. Shout out Coach Chippy. I don't know. It's just painful, guys. It's been a rough day for me, sports-wise and not watching sports-wise. And then to add on to it, they put out this performance. It's just, no. Samsonov, 5 goals and 29 shots. Nylander was a -4. Marner -3, Sandy and Liljegren both -3s. Morgan Riley was a -2. The big guys, the main guys, were not the guys tonight. But it's not like Bergeron and Marchand and Pastrnak were the guys doing the job. Bergeron didn't have a point. Marchand didn't have a point. I think Pastrnak, McAvoy, they had 1 assist. It was the depth guys getting it done. And how many times have we seen year after year? Who scored in the last game against the Leafs and Bruins? Matt Grzelcyk and AJ Greer, who has 5 on the year, 2 against the Leafs. I don't know. They find a way, guys. They just find a way to make us feel pain. And we need the All-Star break as fans to kind of just regroup. But the last thing I wanted is Samsonov going into the break having probably his worst performance in a while. Because now this is going to sit and linger a bit. You know? And I think Matt Murray was out, a couple weeks or something like that with an ankle thing. You know, I mean, you have basically a week and a half before you play another hockey game. Do you come back with Matt Murray after the break, or do you give Samsonov a little bit more run? Because it's back-to-back, Columbus twice. So do you go those guys, or if Matt Murray's not ready, do you give it Joseph Woll on a back-to-back? Like, what do you end up doing here? Because at this point, I'm not against Samsonov. He's played phenomenal hockey. He was great in the first. The Leafs defensively were not good for him. Even though the goals I thought were stinkers on him, the team didn't play well in front. So you got to give him that little bit more run. But I don't know. The question marks are still there. And Kyle Dubas, even a week and a half now, without watching any Leaf games, should try and figure something out here. Shots on goal in the game. Well, in the third period, it was 12-8 in favor of the Leafs. They got outscored 3-1. Sammy allowed 3 goals on 8 shots in the third period and 2 goals on 8 shots in the second. Yeah, that's pretty painful. Shots on goal for the game, 35-29 in favor of the Leafs. Power plays, Leafs were 1 for 2 on their power plays. The Bruins were 0 for 1. And Leaf fans, if the Leafs come out of the break in that 5-game stretch and don't go better than 4-1, I will be lost. The reason I say that, you play a back-to-back and a home-and-home against the Columbus Blue Jackets. You have the Blackhawks at home. You have Montreal. And you have the Blackhawks on the road. All of those teams are tanking for Connor Bedard. So, if that's the case, the Leafs should at the very least take a 4-5. If you come out of the break, take 4-5, you're in good shape. You take your points, you run away. You got to take this game, you got to throw it out, but they're clearly in a different class to the Boston Bruins right now, and the Leafs got to find a way to, I don't know, get help. That's all I got for you, all right? So you know what, guys? That's going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video, and if you're a Leaf fan and you didn't like the game, and if you're a Bruin fan and you love the game, smack the like button. Do appreciate that. Hit the subscribe button. You guys not already, comment down below your thoughts on the video, thoughts on the game. Would you like, would you not like from today's game for the Toronto Maple Leafs? The Twitter and Instagram links are down in the description, so follow up, send me a DM to that great stuff. The Discord link is down below as well, so follow up there if you guys have not done so already. And I'll talk to you guys Raptors edition very shortly, actually. They're now in the fourth quarter between them and the Utah Jazz. I don't know what the score is here. Let me have a quick peek at it. And they're down by 4 just to start. So they're right there. And as for the Toronto Maple Leafs, I was saying Blue Jays. The Leafs, they're back in action Friday, February 10th. You got 9 days, I guess, if you don't want to count today. And you want, okay, either way, like 9 days. From today's the 1st to the 10th. 9 days off before you take on the Columbus Blue Jackets in Columbus at 7 o'clock, all right? So thank you guys so much for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and not the game tonight. We'll talk to you guys then.